airspeed with power.
Yep. Let's do one more and I'll get you, it'll be just the opposite.
Okay.
But right away, get the power. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, you got the flight controls?
I have flight controls.
I was going to say, don't forget to turn off the autopilot. I heard it beeping at you. Fuel timer's going off.
Okay, we'll adjust it one way. Yeah, we are a little bit low on that side. All right, recover. And then power. Yes.
Because we're slow.
Yep. That works pretty darn good.
Yeah, it does. In speed warning.
What's the upset, UPS upset active?
Oh, that's that ESP.
Yeah, it said UPS, and I couldn't figure that must be upset.
Where did it say that?
Let's do it. I'll show you. Do it again on one of the
controls.
I have the flight controls, and then we'll just.
So now it's on level, autopilot level.
Yep, yep.
Autopilot's off.
Yep. Well, you can just watch this. You don't have to have your head down. I'm going to trim it up. Somehow we got it trimmed. I got up to like 20, just below 25.
In speed warning.
Yep. Okay, now hit the level button. And airspeed, add power. See that?
Oh, yeah.
USP.
USP.
It should be UPS, upset. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they misspelled it.
I don't know. I'll look in the book.
Yeah. Let's do two things for homework. Look at the traffic.
Yeah.
And we got the wheel pants issue done.
Yeah. Hold on, we want traffic.
Yeah, traffic, and then the upset recovery.
All right. Reset. Reset. We're going to the right tank. Got fuel. We're good. And we're flying along at 100 knots. Message. ESP is off. Now what are we doing?
Now I'm just thinking maybe we should do just a little BAI, because we had to work on that, I know. Put the hood on.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay.
You got the controls?
Yep. George has the controls. George the autopilot. That was what they always used to nickname him.
Just knocked your water over.
Northback Sirius Skyhawk 342 Sierra Alpha, about 2 miles northeast, lake distant 2,000 feet, Chandel's.
You know, I'll wait to get this.
I always got to adjust my glasses right.
Yeah.
Because they're multifocal, so on the inside, you know, it's at the bottom of the lens.
Right.
So that means I got to push them up on my nose more. But I got to keep my, you know, blinders on.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay, you can take, and I was just going to say, if you're going to get the hood, everybody says, actually, I wouldn't do it. We are not supposed to, as an examiner, help you fly at all.
Okay.
And you're going to get something, so you could just say, listen, I'm going to put this heading looks good. I'm going to put the autopilot on while I get configured with the hood. Because
Okay.
he's going to like to see that. You're pilot in command. You're not
Yep.
asking him to do anything.
Okay.
You know, and that's the best thing instead of fumbling around and the wing dropping
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And trip is big because I know that one student of mine that had an autopilot, he didn't use the autopilot. All of his training was without it. And then he says, he wants you to use the autopilot. And you know what? You're going to be using it. But you
Yep.
want to be proficient enough, never lose the proficiency of
Right.
hand flying.
Right.
Yep. Okay. We can disconnect it now. We'll just do a little straight and level.
Get the flight directors off. Okay.
You can put that bug that heading. And you know what also? If you're doing straight and level, we would do this. You turn the autopilot on, it already trimmed everything for you.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, it doesn't take a lot of movement.
Right. Very little movement makes it, you know.
A big difference.
When we get into the instrument training, yeah, we'll be, you know, working on that a lot. Yeah, it's very subtle.
Like, don't get in a hurry for anything.
Yep. Now the tiniest of adjustments. If you see you're down just a little bit, you don't fight it, but just a tiny bit of back pressure.
Was that you moving around?
I just moved a little while, I did it. Just
The whole airplane.
Did it?
Yeah.
I just looked at my watch.
Net 2000, turning to a west heading, descending down to 2000. Distant practice.
There you go. This is what I'm doing all the time. I'm looking like, you know, I'm trying to be a perfectionist. Well, I need to be on the money. So if I look and I'm just a little low, I just feel a tiny bit of back pressure, and then I'll see that. And that's what I want.
100
And then
feet.
I just, yeah. See, that you don't want anything. It's like now if I hold this, it's going to be too much, so I relax it. Just very, very subtle changes.
Sky 342 Sierra Alpha, 2 miles north of Lake Distant, 2,000 feet Shandell.
And then I'm back on the money. All right, we're going to do some turns.
Okay.
So we're going to level turns. Let's turn left to due west. Now we're going to roll out 2, but we don't have that much bank. We're going to go 15 degrees, and like I say, try to keep that pitch there and just parallel that wing right there. And we're looking for the standard rate was that little magenta line. And then I just glance across. Airspeed's coming up, down a little bit, and we're climbing a little, so I just relax it. That's it. A tiny bit. Tiny little subtle changes. Now this probably will be about 10 degrees, or even less. So there's our 10 now. And then we just keep that pitch right there, roll out, and then keep those wings level. Very good. Yeah, remember the other day we would over bank. So we're going to do 1 to the north. All right, right turn, clear. And then just put that little wing parallel to the horizon. That's a little trick I found. And I've taught all my students, especially the instrument instructors. Now that pitch, yep, you're down a little bit, but you're going back to 5100. And then just keep it level. Yep, right there. Put it in, yep. Keep that bank in. a few little bumps here, don't we?
Yeah. Way too much pitch.
Yep. Just try to keep it right there. And then now we roll out. And then keep the wings level. Don't come back. Yep.
Don't overshoot it.
Yep. So remember, that
And then
pitch should
pick
be
up,
right
yep.
about 2.5 degrees. So now we're slow, so just push it down to the horizon. And then we're going to go back to 5100. And you might want to take just a tad of power out. So now you're there. So we're going to pitch about 2 degrees just above the horizon. And then there you go. So see that? I'm looking for this. They go black.
Where that
Yep.
outriggers are just above the line.
Yes, good job. And then you see that one's a little closer, that one, and we just wandered a little bit. So what I do now is I just touch the right outrigger to the line. There you go. That's your subtle little bank. You just see how slow you're changing?
Yep.
That's
Yep.
what you want. So we just keep that stuck on there. Bring it around. And right about now, we'll keep them equal distance right there. All right, let's make a right turn to due east.
If you just have the one edge of it below the white line.
Oh, the outrigger?
Yep.
Yeah, and just keep that point level. And then now we level the outriggers.
Phoenix 29810 to the north of Lake Crescent, 4,200 U-turn.
A little low, so we'll just add a little power.
Northwest Sirius Sky 342 Sierra Alpha, 2 miles south of Lake Crescent, 2,000.
All right, we're going to make a descending. Let's start a descent. What do we figure, about 1900?
21.
Or 21, yep. Bring it back to 2100 RPM. And we'll just let those outriggers just barely, just touching below the horizon. Just the top of the outriggers. And that's looking pretty good. No, I brought us just over the beach and I could feel it smooth out. Isn't it a little smoother right now?
Yeah, it got bumpy right there. Must have been on the edge.
Yeah, well, you were right on the edge. All right, let's keep that descent in,
Okay.
and we're going to turn to 160. So now we just put that little wedge. Just there you go. That looks beautiful.
What's easier for me is to see this outrigger.
Right.
The tip of it's right on the white line.
Well, be careful because we got a little steep.
Yeah.
So if you just try to keep that right there. See that? Now you're right at a perfect standard rate turn. We'll come down to 3 grand.
Get back on my heading.
Yep. Do you like using those outriggers?
Yep.
They really make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. More so than those wings.
Yeah, and then they told me to use the pointers, and I was just always going all over. And then when I found
you calling these the pointers?
No, these two. You should match the 2 diamonds.
Oh.
You know, and I've had a time with that. And then when I saw the wings, this is the wings. It reminds me of the wings of the airplane, and that's how the old attitude indicators are.
Yeah.
And they just seem to work a lot better.
I seem to do better too if I have a hand on the throttle.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Sounds good. We're coming down 400 or 500 feet a minute. Now you watch. When we get down close to 3 grand, when are we going to start adding power?
With 400 or 500, we're going to start adding power about 10%.
Yeah, so about 40, 50
feet, yeah.
And then just very, very slowly, we're going to bump it back up to like 2,300. And you watch. You don't even, if you got it trimmed right, don't even touch the yoke, and the nose is going to come up.
All my instruments still looking the green. Fuel looks fairly balanced. Coming up 200 feet.
Sierra Alpha, 1 mile south of Lake Crescent, 3,000 feet, Lazy 8.
Tell your head, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. Now smoothly go back to 2,300. You feel that nose want to come up?
Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's keep a descent up to 2,000. We'll turn to the right to 190.
190?
Yep. Standard right, there you go. See, I got that chevron wing right on that. If it's right on the horizon, it seems to work out real good.
Yeah, I felt myself over banking.
Yep.
I was looking at my RPM, trying to adjust it. Felt myself over banking.
Take just a little more power out.
Yeah, I heard it that time.
Yeah, see, you develop that ear.
Uh-huh. Was it, you know what it should sound like.
Right.
That's a product of time.
Mm-hmm.
System area traffic, green and black monoplane working the field northeast of Diston, 2,000 to 6,000.
Message. SP's off. Back on your heading. Tell you what, you don't want to move your head fast while you're doing this
No,
either.
very good. You don't. That's the Coriolis where you can get confused.
Yeah.
When you're flying instruments, you pretty much just stay there. You know, your head should stay there.
Just
no
use
quick
your eyes.
movements. Yep, use your eyes and bend down slowly if you need something. Try to use you don't want to twist your head because that's what can cause problems.
6 miles to the east of Lake Crescent, 3,800, doing unusual attitudes.
All right, let's turn 10 degrees to the right. And then we go half standard rate for little ones, so go about 10 degrees. And that'll be that first little line on the magenta. There you go. There we go. Then we level our wings. Nice. All right, you can take that hood off.
All right. Let's see. Level.
Good deal. All right.
We're at 2,000. Airspeed looks
looking good.
fairly stable. Everything looks good, 2,300.
All right.
Look out, make sure nothing's going on.
I hate to tell you this, but I gave you these headings because I'm checking out the oyster bars.
For your fishing trip tomorrow. Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now this is where we're going to fish. See all the oyster bars? It's good fishing in there.
Oh yeah, look at, you can see it. So your boat can get in there. I can't get in there.
Yeah. And
I'm
I got this channel. I remember this one. Okay, that channel. I can Google map it. I can get in there. And I've been in there years ago, and a lot of the reds come out of the inlet here and they go up in there. And there's a couple boats way up in there, so it's a popular place. But not real popular because a lot of people don't want to go in there with all the oysters.
Yeah, they don't want to tear their boat up.
Yeah. I'm sort of happy that I got an older aluminum boat. Because if I hit some oysters, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
All right, we can just head back.
Okay. All right, let's lean it.
Okay, yep.
See if we can't keep it idling. Let's go with engine.
Oh, it might just run right down the coast.
1450.
Now, if I turn the heading, does that go there? No.
No, because we're not in heading mode.
Heading.
Heading it will probably, right?
Yep.
There it goes. Yep, now it's in heading mode.
Yep.
Level. Could probably switch it to
Altitude.
Oh, altitude.
Skyhawk 828 Echo
Yep.
Romeo,
Stay
2 miles
2000.
west of
What do we got over here?
at
14.
4,000 doing slow flight.
Pretty lean. Pretty lean. Well, that looks all right. All right, so we're 15 miles. What time is it? We got a new ATIS.
West of Lake Distant, 3,500 feet.
Let's go. Top 2.
27, dew point 17, altimeter 3014. Visual approach to the runway 11 in use. Caution, birds and wildlife, all quadrants. Advise on initial contact. You have ATIS code Tango.
Tango.
Executive Airport, ATIS code Tango, time 1450 Zulu, wind 200 at 5, visibility 10 miles, sky cover clear, temperature 27, dew point 17, altimeter 3014. Visual approach to the runway 11 in use. Caution, birds and wildlife, all quadrants. Advise on initial contact. You have ATIS code Tango. Flag.
Phoenix 287, extend upwind 2 miles, left traffic, reference Skyhawk 63 Golf in the right 360.
Roger, we'll extend 2 miles left traffic, and we'll watch out for 63 Golf, Blue Phoenix 287. Blue Phoenix 737 is 4 miles to the southeast.
Phoenix 737, report midfield, right downwind, runway 11.
He's going to get us into a midfield left downwind for runway 11.
316, the traffic follow is on the runway now, 1 departure prior to your arrival.
That's what I'm thinking.
Skyhawk 16 Whiskey, turn left, taxiway Echo, taxi to FAO via Echo Golf Alpha 1.
Echo, taxi to FEO and Echo Golf Alpha.
You see anybody fishing down there?
Yeah, quite a few boats out. There's a lot of boats on the intercoastal.
Skyhawk 16 Whiskey, no delay on
Back in then, there was like
feet above.
Oh, he's coming behind us.
Yeah.
Clear for takeoff.
11, clear for takeoff.
Let's see who he is. Oh no.
Going the other way? Oh no, there he is.
It's
This guy.
going 9535, so it's not,
Skyhawk 63 Golf, re-enter the downwind.
not somebody we know. It isn't Riddle or anybody. No, there's a lot of boats in those oysters. That tells me that the guides or whatever know it's hot.
Right 360 now.
The Phoenix 287 traffic and say we'll maneuver to follow them.
Thank you.
We have the right of way because he's passing us.
Right downwind midfield.
Yep, then he's
got to pass us over here. Yep. He's supposed to.
Behind
Yep.
the Phoenix,
That doesn't mean he's going to, but
Well, he usually is, and then unless like, hey, we always pass on the left in the highway.
Very short final.
Why do we pass on the right? I'm trying to get people to think.
it's because he can see us better.
He sees us better, yep, and he's the one that's overtaken us.
Yeah.
So if we do, and I've been there where somebody's in front of us and then they start to turn, and I see it right away. If it was in my blind spot, I may not notice.
Yep. And that's why you would turn to the left, because if he's in the right position and doing what he's supposed to, you won't turn in front of him.
Option number 3.
All right, number 3 clear for the option behind Blue Phoenix 287.
No, this is like years ago.
Phoenix
We don't have
287,
ADSB. I have no idea if he's
Right.
behind us. So I'm just making a turn, and that's why you got to be vigilant if you're overtaking him, because he doesn't see you. Nobody's looking way over their shoulder. You know,
Right.
they look, it's clear, and then they turn, and that's just where they were going to go, and then all of a sudden they could get broadsided if the guy wasn't paying attention.
All right.
We get 216 to left.
I'm calling
I'll let
south.
you go, yep.
Echo Golf Foxtrot.
Oh, we're north.
216.
Flagler Tower, Archer 624, Charlie Juliet, 9 miles to the north with Tango inbound full stop.
Archer report Charlie Juliet, proceed inbound report 3 miles north of the field.
3 miles north of the field for Charlie Juliet.
Now, if you wanted to step it down, let's do the flight level change.
Oh, okay.
So FLC.
Hold on.
Yep,
Flight
there you
level
go.
change.
Yep. and then it should come up.
Do I need to change my
Nose, yeah, you can go nose down,
flight level,
flight level change, nose down,
nose down.
and then you can pick your airspeed.
Oh, see, I wouldn't do that. I would do vertical speed
There you go.
down
500 feet a minute.
500 feet a minute.
Yep, and then
Watch
take a
my
little bit of power.
airspeed.
Yep.
Bring it down.
Skyhawk 63 Golf left turn at
2100.
Yeah, Echo Golf Foxtrot.
Change this to 1,000.
Yep.
Bucky 316, start your roll, please.
My roll.
7 miles away. Where's my airport?
I see it out there. So this
Oh,
heading
there it is.
will be a little north, but we'll make a nice 45.